Welcome all to the beautiful New York as we set upon our final road course in the BPNR D1 calendar. This is the 2.45 mile Watkins Glen International for today's Steam Happy at the Glen. Yes, that is the actual race title. I actually have a couple of guests joining us for today. It'll be the Kyle Driscoll, better known as DualShock, and Kaylin Bevan.
This shit ain't nothing to me, man.
It looks like qualifying has just wrapped up. Before we get to that, we might as well look at the points heading in. Joshua Clements and Daniel Rodriguez, the two drivers who have won the two chase races so far, go in 1-2. Dunlop Pratt, your regular season champion, following closely in third. Jolene and Talaziz make up the rest of the top five, as we are 3 races away from crowning our Season 8 champion. So, Watkins Glen, every NASCAR fan should know about it. But just because it's easy doesn't mean it's going to be smooth sailings. It's going to be nail-biting drama and all the usual stuff that comes with a simple track just as this.
Absolutely. This is
You know what?
easily one of the more difficult road courses to do, not just because of just like how it has complex corners, but because of just the elevation changes. I mean, you go from the lowest point in turn one all the way up to the top of the S's, then you're going downhill from the rest of the way there. Like it's very intense to do.
Yeah,
And
this
that's
track
it.
also has a lot of opportunities to attack on. Obviously, you have the downhill into turn one. We can also see a lot of moves as they go high speed down the long back straightaway into the bus stop. Could even cross over into the carousel if you're more likely. Then into the final sets of 90-degree corners at the very end of the circuit. Lots of opportunities to make moves today, but pace is going to be the biggest factor in who comes across the line first.
And to Kaylin's point about elevation, and also to Duel's case about turn one being downhill, this pit lane, again, easy, but it's very difficult. You start going uphill, so you're putting in a little bit more throttle as you putter down at 35 miles per hour. But then you just kind of lose yourself. You're going downhill, and if you get a speed penalty here, this can very well cost your chance to win.
Yeah, especially with this being so late into the chase, drivers are coming in here. They're expecting not to make a mistake because if they make a mistake, it could be over for their chase hopes. Like this is a very difficult series to make up points on, especially for the 2 points leaders right now. They've very rarely been making mistakes this season. I expect that if we see either or of the drivers make a mistake today, we might see the champion crowned as far as like tomorrow, like next week at USA International.
Usually in these chase races, for the leagues that have them, most of them usually try to opt away from putting a plate race in there. So that makes road courses like this one a bit of a wild card in that case. So it could flip the order quite a bit tonight. We'll have to find out. Today's race, 90 laps of action here at Watkins Glen.
That might be incorrect, Duel.
Oh,
But
that's right. I
yeah,
forgot to have the green light check-ins here.
Yeah, I'll go over more about race info later, but to your points about the wild cards, Watkins Glen may not be one of them, honestly. We've already got 2 of them out of the way, Michigan, and to to much of our dismay, it was kind of more or less a crapshoot, just a train race, just to see who can put themselves in the best track position. And then the obvious, well, better known wild card of Talladega. Daniel Rodriguez, number 65, was able to capitalize on both of them, winning at Talladega this most recent race and coming second at Michigan. Sits second, 13 behind, and from his interview, these final 3 races aren't his bread and butter, so at this point, you're better off just doing damage limitation.
Another thing that we can't forget about is the bracket. This is one of the like last races we're gonna have the bracket before we get to the final was it 2 drivers going into?
Yeah, 2
And
drivers for the finals.
Yeah, so we're right now at 8 drivers. We are going to have an intense race. We have a lot of good matchups. We have Cole Rodriguez versus Daniel Rodriguez. We have Joshua Clemens versus Tawa Aziz. We have Giovanni Howell. And we have Dunwell Pod versus Steven Gibson. A lot of these are actually pretty close, I think. I think we're going to be surprised with some of them, with how far apart they could be, because of just how big the skill of the field can be at times. But I think we might have a spicy ending for this race if people just want to.
You keep cutting out, Kalen. But yeah, with Jelani, the only up driver of those 8 fighting for the bracket not here, whoever he was facing, because I didn't catch that, will get a bye week, I suppose. Whether it be fighting for the championship, whether it be fighting for 13 or 13's in the points, or just winning the bracket, there's always something to do in these final few races.
Yeah, everyone has something to fight for tonight. Looking back at the chase standings right now, you already mentioned how D-Dog capitalized on those last 2 races. I think today is going to be a very good opportunity for Joshua Clemens to try and rebuild that buffer he has on that 65 car. He's only right now 13 points to 13 points ahead of that 65. I think today, knowing what that 92 can do on the road courses might be a good race for him to try and build that gap before going to a pair of what could be considered short tracks to end the season.
Yeah, let's also not forget that this chase field is also down a driver. Like, they're down to 11 drivers, so we already know who the top 11 are going to be. But I feel like because they're down that driver, there's going to be some people definitely taking advantage of that.
Good catch there. Brandon Carter, one of those 12 chase drivers suspended for the rest of the season. We might as well also throw in Riley Trewick and Rosa de la Cruz, also rest of the season suspensions for their various actions from Talladega, while also Dylan Negron serving a 1-race suspension. So as Happy Hour winds down to closer to 2.5 minutes left, who'd you got to win today?
Do you want to go first?
No, you go.
I might have a bit of a boring pick, but I know when it comes to the road courses, he's going to be at least the top 3 no matter what. I'm going to go with William Viola in that number 27. It is a bit of a boring pick, like I said, but these road courses, you can't count him out on them. I believe he's got a 4 straight road course win streak in some other leagues right now. Dude is definitely a threat when it comes to the right turns.
Newsflash, Viola was suspended for the rest of the season.
Why the fuck did he do all of practice then? What the fuck? Alright, in that case, ignore what I just said. I am wrong and I'm stupid and I'm bad. Give me the guy I talked about earlier, Joshua Clemens, your points leader, for much of the similar reasons, although knowing that D-Dog's run that he's had the last 2 races, I think he's going to be a little bit more motivated to get those points back.
Look, I'm going to go for the dark horse here. He hasn't won this season, but he's always been showing like a bunch of speed. Although it's not consistently speed, I think Landon Weil steals a race win in the chase, and he makes his his run into the chase a lot stronger than what he started off with so far. Like, I think he's gonna steal one away from these drivers.
Well, that happened when in D1, but he did win D2 Michigan of a field strategy. As for my pick though, I feel like it's pretty much the same song and dance to Viola's points, but it's not necessarily race wins, it's more just strangely the 4th place guy only got his first podium this most recent road course race at Barbagallo early into the season. I'm gonna go with Dunlap Bradford, one, your regular season champion, only 15 points behind in 3rd place, so if he can capitalize here, which he has done in the past, he could rocket out of this race with a championship lead.
Always could be the case here, especially in a bit of a unpredictable track like Watkins Glen. One thing to note, there's going to be a bit of a radio style to this broadcast. Victor will, of course, be covering the final corner, front straightaway, and all the way to the and most of the S's. I will have you through the back straightaway, all the way down into the beginning carousel, and then Kalen will take you through the rest of the circuit. So that should be quite a lot of fun to run through today.
I'm honestly kind of jealous that I don't have the chicane. I feel like that's where all the interesting things happen.
There's a reason I called shotgun on it.
We're definitely going to see some chaos into there, but then I'm going to be calling definitely, hopefully, the organization. But sometimes chaos just leads to chaos, so we might have some interesting factors play into that last half of the track, especially closing out. A lot of people are going to start going deeper into the braking zones of the final two corners and hoping that they can gain a bunch of speed. And we've historically, at any Watkins Glen race you've ever watched or participated in, see that doesn't always work out. We sometimes see drivers get punted, sometimes drivers go too deep and they spin, or sometimes they get their nose chopped off.
And especially with a larger field like this, it's going to be more likely to happen. 20 cars set lap times in qualifying. I believe only one other car that's running today opted not to set a lap start the back, being Cole Rodriguez. So as they get ready to grid up here, Victor, you can take it away to get us launched off.
1 second here. Alrighty, so we're expecting a good healthy amount of people. I counted 23 cars set to take the green flag, but we've neglected to go over qualifying, unfortunately. Let me actually pull that up real quick. It's actually Stephen Gibson who wins pole, with Dunlap Pratt second. It'll be Talaziz, Julian Sims rolling off in row 2, Lanalao, and Skylar in row 3. Brian Scarrett and Daniel Rodriguez, row 4. Row 5 has Alexander Hunt and Joshua Clements, Zach Armstrong and Jackson Brown, with Dakota Vega, Mattis Wells behind. And that'll be top 14. You might be able to read that, but that ticker might be blocking it off. Today's race is going to be 37 laps today, going to be 2x square with Cup physics, overtime as possible, hence by the game and the ticker you see is listed as 42 laps. As they roll through 7, it's going to be a great race here just outside of New York City. Gonna be Gibson and LePrade leading us to the green flag here. Waiting for the flagman to rise the green flag, and we are underway. Scare number 71 already looking feisty. 3 wide in turn 1. That'll be for 5th. Clements gets tapped from behind. It'll be the number 9 Jackson Brown who gets hit as well. That might be called for a reset.
And there's a reset.
Yeah, a bit too aggressive going into turn 1. I saw a car back there got spun around.
Talaziz is dead.
They got him.
Both him and Zach. Oh, it's gotten worse.
Man. They were taking off
Dragons is gone. Rich Roy is gone. Jackson Brown is stopped before they even got up there. It's probably a good call by him. Everybody's dead. We're going to have to re-rack them up and go again.
Just need time to set this back up.
To your cars.
This is, I believe, one of 1 restarts, correct?
Yes, sir. This is the only reset attempt. Unless they need to reset again for some damn reason.
Well, let's hope that won't be the case as they re-grid them here. Looks like one car. I can't quite see who it was. It might have been the 99 of Landon Lyle. Was a really aggressive on the start there, poking it 3 wide inside, going down into turn number 1. See if they're going to be just as brave as they get ready to go here yet again.
With Dunlap Pratt doing a little tactical lead join to the grid, get those warm tires compared to Gibson. Tries again, once more. 37 laps, cut physics 2x, and overtime in play if needed.
For real this time.
Somewhere behind those campers. Tries again. Pace car shall dive in. And there it goes. Going to be Gibson and LaPrade. On the front row, Aziz and Sims ready to pounce. The chase runs through New York at Watkins, Glen. And we are trying this again at Watkins, Glen. Once again, Scare trying to sneak down 3 wide for 5th. He's gonna get by the 13 at minimum, but Landolau holds 5th place rather. Gibson remains in front.
Yeah, Gibson and LaPrade managed to get themselves nose to tail on that start. It looks like most of the field's gotten themselves singled out. Battle, though, side by side further back between Vega and Wells. Vega gets that position as they go into the bus stop chicane here at Watkins Glen. Drivers using up all the bit of curb they can as they plow down into the carousel.
Exiting the carousel right now, Stephen Gibson still leads. Dunn has now also pulled a gap to 3rd place. These two drivers are definitely trying to get that gap so that they can have control over this field. Going in, everybody is single file. Will there be any moves? Doesn't look like it. As Stephen Gibson rounds to finish the final first lap.
Gibson, one of those chase drivers highlighted in the red splitter and spoiler, leads the opening lap. LaPrade remains P2. Sims capitalizes on the start to get 3rd away from Aziz. And the highest down chaser right now, Ryan Scare, number 71. He's looking feisty early. We'll see what he can do.
Yeah, first retirement already, the 129 of Rich Roy. He's out of the race. It's a big wobble there for the 21 of Stephen Gibson. Gets the car under control. I think that might allow Don LaPrade to go on the offensive here. Down the straightaway he goes. He gets to his back bumper. Not going to make the move. He'll stay behind the 21 into the bus stop. Everyone else, though, staying single file. Cole Rodriguez peeks a move to the inside. Can't quite get it done.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of aggressiveness through the field, and I feel like that's also leading to a bunch of mistakes. I mean, Stephen Gibson and Dunn, they're fighting for the BICA championship right now, so both of those drivers are trying to stay ahead of the other. As we have somebody go very wide on the exit of the carousel, as Stephen Gibson is going to lead lap 2.
Just a big thing about Watkins Glen. Once you get the lead, it's very hard to knock them down. They inherently control the pace of this field, and well, it is Watkins Glen AGG. The already ran here before. It is very tire abrasive, so to have control, to just control the pace, you have ultimate control of how your tires will handle.
Yeah, top 9 have managed to break themselves away from the rest of the field. Everyone else single file right now. Not much bells going on. Joe Shmuda in the back straightaway. We got a car in the wall on the back straightaway here. That is the 9 of Jackson Brown. That Dollar General Camaro gets it back up to speed. Potential hazard avoided as the leaders come out of the carousel.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of good racing right now. Oh, it's a huge looseness from that 21. The number 3 is going on the attack. He's going to the outside. Is he going to try to make the move work? Maybe a crossover right here. Doesn't quite have enough tire to do it. As they're going to round off turn 3. Lap 3 is about to be completed now.
Yeah, LaPrade did everything right. He saw the 21 make the mistake and tried looking outside, but it's one of those cases where it's still pretty early to be on the aggressor, also knowing that Jolene Sims has caught up to these two. Top 6 remain the same, sorry.
Oh, you're good. Top 6 remain the same. As Victor said, we saw Clements make a move on D-Dog there for P8 as they work their way up the carousel. Battle for the 12th position right now. Daniel Silla and Dakota Vega as they make their way onto the back straight. Silla gets that position. Meanwhile, back to the front. Gibson entering the carousel. He leads still over that number 3.
Yeah, we've been seeing that 21 make a lot of mistakes right now, and I'm trying to wonder, is he pushing his tires a bit too hard as you see yet another wiggle? Jolene back there also wiggles. We might be seeing these drivers push a little too hard. What if Taller Aziz back there is saving his tires? Maybe he can make something happen. What if Dunn's saving his tires? Maybe he's also going to make something happen and steal this bracket from him.
I guess with BPNR, they've only ran this AGG version once, and that was last season's race. Meanwhile, Aziz has ran this version plenty of times, so he knows the consequences of warning out his tires too early. Same with Landon Lau. So those two right now, they're clear favorites as we sell into this race.
Yeah, right now, that time Gibson put another 3/10 on the prod. When he keeps that car under control, he definitely has a clear pace advantage over that 3. Battle for 3rd place. Tal Aziz to the inside of Jolene Sims. Gets the move done before the end of the bus stop. That number 14 Toyota up into the top 3 here at Watkins Glen.
Yeah, I mean, Jolene definitely just let him pass. She does not want to cause a wreck this early. She wants to make sure that she keeps her championship titles hopes alive. She's not too far out, but she's still realistically in it. She just has to hope that the 2 points leaders have a huge incident. Steven Gibson still having a commanding lead as he's going to be finishing off his 4th lap.
Trouble at the entrance to the carousel. Daniel Silla, I believe that is a tire down on the 43, struggling to get it back facing the right direction. Might have a slow car for the leaders to catch to here soon.
Right, and I also saw Sierra Cooper, number 36, spun around, and also a position change for 15th, and now 4th. Actually, there's a spin also, that being Alexander Hunt, one of those chase drivers. Gonna have to point it back in the correct direction, but he's going to lose a healthy amount of time.
Yeah, right now Jarvis starting to struggle with the abrasiveness of this version of Watkins Glen right now. As we see Landon Lyle now getting the back bumper of Jolene Sims. This might be the battle for 4th here as both him and Scarrett take a heaping amount of curb there through the bus stop chicane.
You gotta wonder, is Jolene saving her tires? Is she saving them too aggressively, or is she saving them perfectly? We really don't know what the pace difference of this field is right now. I feel like we'll find out by the end of the run on who did their best at saving tires, but I think Steven Gibson thinks that if he can push these tires and get a huge enough gap, he doesn't have to worry about tire saving.
And I've seen Gibson pull this kind of driving style numerous times, and it has benefited for him, mainly in IFAR, so I suppose he's applying that same logic here, and it's especially prevalent that these road courses kick the rear end out, just use the rear tires to help him steer. The Pratt, meanwhile, seems to be more on the top side, or tighter side, rather. Remaining P2, Aziz up to 3rd. But Jolene's mistake, 1 lap ago.
That's retirement number 2 on the day. Dakota Vega, he has pulled it in. He has called it a top 8 in their own zip code right now. Next car of Daniel Rodriguez, almost 2 seconds behind the rest of them. Field has definitely started to spread out here at Watkins Glen.
You know, a driver we got to be really looking out for right now is Joshua Clements. I think he started in the back, and he's already up into the top 8. He is pulling a good amount of lap time right now. We might be seeing a battle if he can end up matching those leaders. He might be on like a very good run to potentially win this race or contend for the win.
Yep, right now the 92 is thinking long term. He doesn't feel any kind of pressure to move up the field immediately, although I beg to disagree because again, he goes into this race with only a 13-point advantage. While he is still ahead of the number 65 of Daniel Rodriguez, 3rd place in points, Dylan Pratt has remained in 2nd for all 7 laps so far.
Yeah, right now the top 8, they're all just kind of pacing themselves right now, trying to find a good angle. I'm actually going to drop a little bit further back because right now the right here in turn 1 actually, there's a 3-car fight between William Gregory, Matthias Wells, and Alexander Hunt for that 12th place position. Right now we know Wells had some issues earlier along with Hunt, so both of them right now trying to regain some of their lost ground. The Canadian has been killed as big wobble out of Jolene Sims on the short straight there. A big save by her as they make their way into the last two corners. Meanwhile, further battling back ahead for that 7th position between Joshua Clements and Skylar Den.
Yeah, that I haven't seen too much out of as of recent, even on the bigger tracks, but right now holding onto 8th place as Clemens has just gotten by him. He's doing himself really big favors by just keeping the car clean, and he should be able to receive a top 10 if he continues like this.
Yeah, Clemens right now, that's up to P7 now. He's going to try to make the work done here on Ryan Scared in that number 71 Camaro on the back bumper here. He's actually going to peek right to the inside coming out of the S's, and they're actually going to touch doors. Bit of a slide by the 71. Good job holding it onto it as they make their way into the bus stop. It's the 92 now out ahead into P6. Jolene Sims, meanwhile, on the back bumper of the 14 of Tal Aziz.
Yep, can't confirm Galen's dead. So
They got him.
So what was Tala slowly running away for 3rd place has now become a 3-car battle. Jolene Sims might have just regained her composure, but that also brought in Landon Lau along with them. Hitting lap 10 out of the scheduled 37 here at Watkins, Glen, New York. It'll be Steven Gibson continuing to hold pace, leading every lap so far. Dunlaprat P2. As here comes Sims for 3rd place. Up through the SS, she has the preferred line, and she retakes the position.
You even see Landon Lyle peeking in there, trying to see if he can get a piece of that action, try and get a move on Tal Aziz, still on his back bumper as they make their way down the back straightaway. Is he going to look to move on the inside in the bus stop? He'll stay put for now. What was before the top 8 is all running in a nice little train to conserve tires. Just a few laps later is now turned into 2 sets of dogfights. We got this 3-car fight here for 3rd. We had that one further back for 6th with Clements, Scarrett, and Den. Everyone else, though, in their own zip code at the moment.
Yeah, Jolene has perfectly saved her tires right now. She is absolutely doing great. It's time to keep an eye on that lap time and see if she starts gaining on that 21 and 3.
Might as well take a look at fastest lap while we're at it. Right now, Steven Gibson holds the fastest lap from pole position. 2nd place on track, Dunlaprat only 6th fastest, so he's not concerned about any fastest lap bonus points. Jolene, to your point, has rocketed that 06 Mustang, and right now she is 2nd fastest, holding 3rd place.
Yeah, those battles have now mostly fizzled out. Problems for Ryan Scared connection-wise. Nope, he's back. Almost fell out there, but we managed to hold on to that 71 for now. Gibson's found himself 1.2 over that number 3 car as they come on to the short chute.
Yeah, I mean, that 21 in the free car have been just breaking even these last few laps. Dunn grabs a little bit of time, and then Steven pulls another bit of time from him. I mean, these two are playing a cat and mouse game right now, and I feel like it's going to be based off of mistakes. Dunn has to be perfect while being fast. Steven, he has a bit more leeway, but the pressure might get to him. Who knows?
Right now, pit window is open. The field can take you to somewhere around 17 laps, but again, these tires, it's just a matter of saving them. The more you can save, the further down the road you can make your pit stop. Therefore, you can gain that time back in the long run. But I do want to iterate those halfway points. There will not be a caution at the conclusion of lap 18, but those 15 points should come in handy for Steven Gibson.
Yeah, we are coming towards that halfway marker right now on lap 12 currently. He got another 10th on Dunlaprat in the meanwhile. Top 5 have completely pulled away from the field.
Yeah, right now, as it stands, Steven Gibson will advance to the next round of the bracket, USA. So will Dragons. Tala Aziz will beat Joshua Clemens as it stands, and Daniel Rodriguez beats Cole Rodriguez going into USA. That will be the final 4 if it finishes right now, but that is subject to change.
Yeah, just anything can happen here in New York. Gibson comes around to complete lap 12. Leading every lap so far. Here comes Clements in the pit lane. He's trying something different. Box it down to 35 miles per hour, and he'll be the first to bite. I don't blame him. Everyone is forced to make a two-stop strategy at some point. Clements trying to be ahead of the curve.
Yeah, some drivers might take that early stop like Clements. Others right now trying to push right now. One driver right now in a problem seat right now is Tall Aziz defending against that 99 of Landon Lyle. Lyle has been on his bumper for the last 2 to 3 laps now, not giving Tala a real opportunity to try and save his stuff here to try and pit a little later on. This might force Tala into pitting early as Lyle takes a peek on the inside with KSL.
Yeah, Lyle is looking for a gap right now. He looks left, he looks right. Taller Aziz is covering it right now. I mean, you just gotta wonder, is Taller burning up his stuff than just letting Lyle go? Like, is this really the smartest decision to be holding up that guy and burning up your stuff trying to do that? Huge slide for that 99.
Yeah. The better you defend, the more desperate the car behind is going to try to be more aggressive, and end up undoing his own advantage by staying behind him, save his stuff. Meanwhile, Dunlop, Pratt, and Cole Rodriguez respond to Clements, both of them down the pit lane this time.
Yeah, Steven Gibson is still staying out. Jolene Sims has not yet made a stop. Meanwhile, first lap traffic might be on the way soon. Joe Shmuda in P17, he just came off the bus stop right now. He's been struggling since his incident early in the race. Quick update, Daniel Silla has retired from his tire failure earlier. Steven Gibson still out front here on lap 14.
Yeah, lap traffic might play a factor here. I mean, when you have such a speed difference, like, it could play a huge issue for Steven Gibson if he doesn't time the pass right. But Steven is a good enough driver to the point where I feel like it might not be an issue, but still, it's worth mentioning.
And just fresh off the pit lane, Dunlop, Pratt just ahead of Joshua Clements, with Carl Childress, who's yet to pit in between them. Colruyt just out of the pit lane as well, so even if the 92 doesn't benefit from this, he's gonna actually benefit in terms of track position. He's going to move up the order here.
Both Steven and Tawa have also pitted this lap. They're responding to Dunn.
That as well.
Yeah, once one of them go, everyone goes in.
Yeah, Jolene and Lyle and Landon Lyle have both opted to stay out. They're going to come around for at least one more time. Jolene on the back straightaway right now in that lead position. See Lyle a little bit further back, 4.7 back in second place. Right now, the 65 of D-Dog is actually inherited third out of that.
Yeah, I don't think that this staying out decision's a good idea for that 06. Her lap time has fallen off a second and a half. I think that she should be considering pitting this time. And as we just saw Landon Lyle in the glass, a bit optimistic for space there. Will we see the 06 pit this time? We're about to find out.
Yes, she will. Oh, a little close there. Unsure if it starts at the yellow line or the white line, but she is trying to utilize every inch of braking to lose as little time as possible. To your point about staying out, the only reason I could think of is, again, to be better in the second stint here, but also you get 2 bonus points for leading a lap. So for Jolene, even if it's going to cost her, at least she has 2 points to make up for it.
Yeah, Landon Lyle still yet to pit. He is currently your leader right now. As it's looking like at the moment, Gibson will cycle back to the lead. William Gregory is coming in now. Pit strategy right now. I think Lyle's best opportunity is going to hope that a caution comes out here. Otherwise, this might be his race.
Shockingly, we just saw Steven Gibson stayed ahead of Dunn. New tire advantage did not kick in for Dunn. Steven still held, and actually I think his gap has gotten bigger. Was that just something with pit strategy? Was it just Steven getting better on and off pit road, or was it potentially a tire mistake from the pit crew for Dunn?
Could be a mix of both. And now continuing to stay out. This is 2 to go for the stage, so he is really wanting to make sure he can become a rocket in the second half of this race. Whether or not this will work out for him, that's yet to be seen. But I've also seen crazy strategies like D2 Michigan, where he made 30 laps on a single fuel tank.
Yeah, he definitely is probably going to get that halfway bonus that's coming in a lap and a half time. After that, that's going to be an entirely separate problem as he's coming up on the lap car of Joe Schmuda. There's actually a bit of a lap car sandwich. Joe Schmuda in front, Jackson Brown right behind on those fresher Goodyears. As Schmuda will let Lyle by, he continues to lead here at Watkins Glen.
Yeah, you can tell that slide that he did there and trying to push to get taller has really punished those tires. We're seeing the lack of grip he's having. He's understeering out of corners. He's getting on the throttle so much later because of it. This has really punished him. And I think getting the stage win here is a power play move, because if he can get the stage win, he gets those extra points, and if he gets a late caution as he's pitting, it's a win.
Schmuda down the pit lane as Lyle takes a white flag for the stage. Again, there is no caution for it, but he can find himself gaining 15 bonus points to help him in the championship. Oh, contact just behind. That was Jackson Brown getting into the 30 of William Gregory, but he quickly pulls it off the track and gets going. As for Gibson, as the 65 is coming to pit this lap, he's just now crossing the start-finish line, actually putting his best lap of the race. Not this time, but the lap prior.
Yeah, right now, Skyler puts one of his laps back, so he gets a lap back from the 99. Lyle coming across right now, trying to get those bonus points. I think if he comes in this time, he should still get those points in lap led. The next car is 24.6 seconds behind.
Yeah, he should be able to do that. I think, though, he might stay out one last lap because he might be also thinking this. If he ends up staying out another lap, that means on his last pit stop, he might have to take less fuel as he's pitting? Yes, he's pitting now.
So whether or not the 99 gets this stage win is entirely up to Gibson, who's coming through turn 6, so this is going to be probably tight. Again, Lyle having to go down 35 miles per hour, but it should be able to get the stage win. He will. So that'll be his second stage win this season. Steven Gibson, first on the new tires, comes across second. Dunlap Pratt P3, Jolene Sims in fourth, and Joshua Clements in the top 5.
Big winner out of this pit cycle is probably Joshua Clements. I want to say he's gained about 2 spots out of that cycle. Although big issues over Tala, lost 3 in that he's down to 6th place right now. The top 3 remains much the same as it runs right now. Gibson has a pretty healthy lead over 2nd place Dunlap. Jolene Sims way farther back. So all that Gibson has to do right now is just maintain this pace he currently has and pray that we stay green to the checkered.
Yeah, I mean, Steven right now is running a perfect race. I haven't seen that tire fall off a lot of people are being plagued with. Like, I mean, right now, he's like 3 or 4 laps into a run, 3/10 off his fastest ever lap. Like, he's honestly running a pretty impressive race, and I want to know, is he tire saving and still being fast, or is he just pushing for the fuck of it?
Probably the latter, but that's remaining to be seen. We have reached halfway. Right now, lap 20 of the scheduled 37 laps at Watkins Glen. Stevie Gibson, your race leader, the Pratt P2, Sims 3rd. Clements just now officially scored 4th, with Aziz in 5th. We got 15 cars left on a lead lap. I believe it's 5 of them who have retired.
Yeah, Gibson makes his way on to the back straightaway out of the S's 2.39 over the 2nd place car, Dunlap. It's going to come up on the lap car of Carl Childress here. He's had a pretty quiet day so far, down in 15th in that number 8 Camaro. Gibson out through the carousel now, trying to put that 8 1 lap down.
Yeah, Carl's a veteran. He should know exactly where to let Steven by. Like, Kyle's gonna be pretty easy as a lapper. He's always been pretty good at it. As we see, he's going to the outside. He leaves a huge opening for Steven. There we go. Yeah, Steven, again, he's just running very consistent times. As we see, he's again only 3/10 off his previous lap time.
Well, I captured Skylar Den spinning just at the exit at the carousel, but bigger drama, it'll be Daniel Rodriguez who has fallen out of the server. That second place driver in points is going to be a huge detriment if he doesn't rejoin soon enough.
That is going to be a big win for the driver in 4th place, Joshua Clements. Only right now, entering this race, only 13 in the lead of the chase over D-Dog. This will give him a massive cushion in that points lead, depending on how long it takes that 65 to get back up and running. So he gets a little bit of curb there out of the S's onto the back straightaway. But Joshua Clements maintaining his space in 4th.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen Josh have a nice, quiet race. He's done a bunch of overtakes. He jumped all Aziz in the pits. I mean, Jolene, I thought that Chaya's strategy might have not worked out in the end and that she might have been jumped by a few people, but she is still in a quiet 3rd place right now. She's performing very well, and unfortunately, Steven's just performing better.
Yep, you can only control your race. You're more or less fighting the racetrack when it comes to these road courses. So if Jolene has any shot of winning this race, she's gonna have to be her best of controlling her car, managing through the traffic, and hope something goes faulty for the 21 and 3 cars.
Update here for Dunlop-Rod. Previously, he was 2.34 behind the 21. He's gained 3/10 the last 2 laps. Might be starting to push that number 3 Chevrolet, or it could be Gibson starting to go into save mode for a later offensive. But right now, Dunlop-Rod slowly reeling in that number 21. The question is there enough time, and does he have enough life on those tires to fight him?
Now, we also saw them go very aggressive through the bus stop. I'm just thinking, is this the Watkins Glen version, where if you hit that curb too aggressively, it gives you damage?
I haven't heard of that as of recent, but that could still be possible. This is built off the 2017 version, but has more in relations to the 2010 version. Most notably, the turn 1 runoff has been cut in half, so you can't abuse the track limits like they used to do in real life.
Battle for 10th right now on the back straightaway. William Gregory and Dragons. He was right on the back bumper of that number 30 through the S's. Got a bad exit though. Couldn't quite keep up with that Mike and Ike Toyota as William Gregory comes out of the bus stop chicane, holding on to 10th place right now. Done the prod now 1.62 behind Gibson that last lap, so gaining more and more as he continues luring in that 21.
Have we potentially seen Steven push through his stuff? We might have. I think that there was a chance that Dunn, after hitting that time, was like, all right, let's rein it back in. Let's save our stuff. Let's hit some slower lap times. And Steven just burnt through it, seeing that advantage. He kept pushing more and more. But did he push too much? As we see the gap, it is so much smaller.
The number 3, half a second faster that time by. He does have 1 lap older tires than the 21, so it's really baffling that he's been able to claw down the lead that Gibson has built up. But it's also something I'm not surprised about. I've seen it time and time again, no matter who the driver was. They're always too greedy after their first green flag pit stop.
I believe that was Gibson who might have locked up in turn 1 there. That might hurt him a little bit more. It was another 2/10 that time for Leprod. Down the back straightaway into the bus stop chicane. Someone up ahead has spun. It is the 78 of Dragons. He's already got going. He should be out of the way here for Gibson. And the answer to that, maybe not.
Yeah, well, we'll see if Dragons does follow the same lap car route that Carl did, or if she is going to be a bit more aggressive with it. As we see, the huge rock up from the 78, but the 06 is also slowly waning into 2 liters. She has now pressed her advantage to 3.9 seconds back from what was almost 5 seconds a few laps ago.
21 hindered just a little bit as the 78 was limping back to the pit lane, but to your point, while LePrand has been catching Gibson's lead, Jolene, meanwhile, has been faster than both of them, actually. 3/10 fast. Actually, more closer to a full second faster than LePrand. So that number 3 must have had some big mistake compared to Gibson, because between the 21 and the 3, it was a 6/10 loss.
I believe he got a little too much on the curb through the bus stop, had him wheel hop on the exit there. So despite the hindrance from the 78, Gibson actually pulled away a little bit there, as he's even picked up a lot of curbs. So is Jolene. We might actually have a fight for second on our hands here going through the carousel.
Jolene has been very quiet. She, apart from her bit of oversteer moments she's had on the exit of the corners, she has been methodically reining in drivers and passing them. I think maybe Dunn saw that he was gaining a little bit. He pushed more of his tires and then ended up just killing him and equalizing his tires as he's going to the outside and goes to make a move.
Take the longer way, she will get clear as the number 3 opts to pit 25 laps in of the scheduled 37. Jolene now is going to have 3.5 seconds behind the number 21. So, much like the first set of pit stops, the 3 has opted to pit first. Does the 21 respond?
Clements came in alongside Laprade here. Everyone else now kind of on their own island. So pit strategy for this second round of stops is fully underway. So far, it's just those two to come in, no one else quite yet.
Yeah, well, I don't have confidence in that early pit stop from Dunn. We didn't really see it work out last time. Maybe he pushes harder this time to see if he can press an advantage to Steven, but it'll be difficult to see. I mean, Jolene, she is making those tires work. It looks like that longer pit stop strategy definitely came in handy, and she is making the most of it right now as they're entering the final portion of the track to complete lap 25.
The 21 does indeed respond, pitting the slap. Jolene follows. Got 5 Talaziz at turn 6 in 3rd place before he makes his decision, so he has plenty amount of time. Carl Rodriguez, he's been quiet. Currently scored 5th according to the game, but he's had quite a ways to remember here in New York. He's going to pit this lap as well. Talaziz, meanwhile, the only odd factor out of this top 4, opting to go another lap.
I think he might be trying to go long like Landon Lyle did off that first cycle. Didn't really work out for Lyle that much. He fell down all the way down to 7, up to 4th now through the current pit cycles. But that might be the strategy. What Tal is going for right now might be trying to hope for a late caution. We've seen a lot of cars having incidents these last few laps, albeit self-inflicted. So that might be the call for the 14 team. We'll see what he does this time. Still hasn't made the call to pit road yet, as he makes his way through the carousel.
I think that this is also trying to get that lap lead bonus. He's also in this chase. Let's not forget, he is desperately wanting to keep that. And with him potentially being eliminated from the bracket because Josh is ahead of him, he now has to focus on where he wants to finish in this chase race. I think that right now, he wants to get as many bonus points as he can.
Tala enters with 2 race wins this season, both of them both Crown Jewel events. But while you two are talking, the number 3 spun out almost a lap ago now, in between turns 6 and 7, and in the game chat, he called out the number 92, saying, "Good championship."
Yeah, I think more problems might also occur. I believe Tala might have been too fast entering pit road. We'll see what the officials decide there. I clocked him going 38 past the white line. More problems, though, for the 78, way wide at the final corner. I'm trying to figure out where the leader is. There he is. It's Landon Lyle. Still yet to make a pit stop, running long, just like his first stint is on the back straightaway currently. I believe after him, the field should cycle through again back to Steven Gibson. The question is, how long is Lyle going to stay out for here?
Yeah, I think right now, Lyle's definitely wanting to try something different. I mean, we saw in the first part of the stage. I think at this point he's going to try to keep pushing it because if he stays out as long as he can, as he gets a little wiggly on the exit there, but if he stays out as long as he can, he'll have to take a lot less fuel than others. So maybe he's thinking he can make up the time gap there.
I'm wondering, because he hit directly at halfway, could he be trying to make this a one-stop?
That'll
You
be
know
your
what?
only option at that point.
We might see some fuel strategy kick in here. Let's keep an eye on that speed that he goes into the corner. Let's see if he ends up doing any lifting and coasting to see if he needs to save any.
12.6 for the 99, and this time Steven Gibson once again obliterates the fastest lap chart at 10.7. So this is just a matter of when the 21 could get by the 99, in my opinion, because we're right now at 9 laps to go, and the margin is cutting down ever so much.
Yeah, we'll have to find out. Lyle really aggressive through the curbs again. 2 wheels off the ground there. Well, Lyle right now it's going to be a time management game. If he is going to the end, we'll have to find out.
Yeah, I just think that's 2 seconds a lap. He's definitely not fighting for the win here. But is he fighting for a podium? We see a massive gap. He could potentially finish third. That will do wonders for his chase. That will show people that even though he's a little further down the order, he is still swinging. He is not going to go out without a fight.
Just not the season that Lyle has been wanting. Again, he only has one D1 win this season, but this is D1. This is the big boy. So, and to be one of the OGs here, it's kind of just an unnerving feeling that you have to perform to set the benchmark. And right now, he's currently doing so, but with an unorthodox strategy.
Yeah, right now he is 9th in the chase standings, 74 behind the leader of Joshua Clements. Lost almost 4 seconds that last lap to Gibson. Gibson is coming through very quickly. Lyle might have made contact with Carl there, trying to put him a lap down through the bus stop.
Very hard racing. Is Lyle pushing a bit too hard? Is he maybe abusing those tires? He has to make it another 8 laps after this. And that's not even to put into words if there was an overtime. He is going very aggressive here. He needs to just rein it in, keep his tires good, and then bring it home.
He ran wide through turn 6 there. I just don't see the 99 benefiting from this. He may still get away with a top 5, but ultimately the ventures for his race win this season may not come into fruition, as Gibson is now within 4 seconds.
More problems for Dunlop complaining about the shifter mounting yet again, so problems with the gearbox now for that number 3, trying to hold on to 4th place ahead of Joshua Clements. The gap now for the lead, meanwhile, less than 4 seconds now. Gibson clawing in by tooth on Landon Lyle. There is a lap car of Carl in the way here, and Carl struggling out of the way just a little bit.
Once again, Kyle gives a lot of space to Steven Gibson. He's always been doing that to any of the lappers. He has been giving a lot of... Oh, Kyle! That's Dragons! Dragons on the inside.
And right now he's on driver's left, trying to find open space to safely turn around. He does so. Scourden is nowhere close, so the 70 will be able to putter back down the pit lane. He's had numerous issues today, but you can see it. The 21 now within rear view of the 99, down to 1 second. I suppose the lead change will occur this lap.
Yeah, I think it's going to be in the bus stop here as he just pounds through the S's here, right to the back bumper of that 99. Onto the back straightaway we go now. Time is starting to run out. It's definitely clear Lyle will not win this race as Gibson dives to the inside. Lyle tries to put up some form of defense, but Gibson's going to clear him out of the bus stop. Nothing he can do there. We'll see how long Lyle can last on that set of tires.
We just saw a very big power move right there. He is trying to keep that gap to Jolene, who we see right back there. She is also gaining right now. Lyle is doing damage management. He knows he's not going to win anymore. A P3 on today, that's incredible. He was P7 on the beginning of pit stops. This would be an incredible day for him if he gets a P3.
Yeah, Jolene should get by him in a few laps time. Meanwhile, we gotta find Dunlap Pratt, who's under pressure from Joshua Clements coming through turn 7 now. Clements unable to get the position, but these two right now 20 seconds behind the leader and actively still losing time. The regular season champion has fallen down to the current points leader through this chase format, and it is not going into his favor.
And don't look now, Tala Aziz right behind them as well, taking advantage of this fight to try and gain some ground on those two. LaPride with some good defense through the back half of the circuit, still ahead on the back straightaway here. They are coming off of the lap traffic of William Gregory in that number 30. We'll see what that brings. Does Clements look to move on the inside? I think he did, but it's a big block by LaPrade, heavy on the curbs for the 92. Into the carousel they go. Dunn LaPrade stays ahead.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of aggressive racing right here. Josh wants to extend his lead on Dunn, so all he has to do is lunge it up the inside right here. Let's see if he tries it. As we see Tala Aziz work back there. Oh, huge defensive move by Dunn as he claims the inside line. They get through the corner just fine. As they go into the final corner, Tala is now closed in right behind them.
3 cars for 4th place, but the lap car of Gregory ahead. As the 30 gets in the grass, he'll stay out of the way of these 3. As this is not just a battle for 4s, this is for position. The Pratt locks up. He's going to spin to driver's left. His championship hopes are dwindling even more for Dunlap Brad.
And Tala Aziz making very short work of that misfortune, looking to the inside of the 92. Can't quite make the move. Done. Clements stays ahead down the back straightaway right now. Back out the front, nothing really going on there. Everyone has a massive gap currently. In the bus stop chicane goes the 92 and the 14. We saw how aggressive the 92 was on Dunn. Can Tala replicate that energy?
Reminder, not only is this to better position themselves in the chase, this is also for the bracket. As we see Tala, he is gaining. Is he going to look to the inside here? No, he decides to stick behind him. He's going to probably try to set up a good exit here as we see Josh go slightly wide entering. And Tala looks to the inside. No, he doesn't. He's being very passive right now.
The last thing you want to do is make your own mistake. Tala saw what the 3 folded under pressure, but now he believes it's a time to go. As they cross the line for 3 to go, he looks inside of the 92. They will remain side by side. The number 14 has the preferred line, and up to 3rd goes Talha.
Jolene made the move on Lyle for 2nd place. Lyle still about 15 seconds up the road from these two right now, so podium is not in the question. It is between these two, both for the chase points and the bracket. Tala out ahead into the bus stop chicane. Clements was peaking low, not really much opportunity for him to make a move. Both of them really aggressive on the curbs through the bus stop chicane right now. We'll see what Clements can do here coming to 2 to go.
I mean, whenever you got Clements right behind you, you know it's about to be some really hard but fair racing. As we see, he's still hounding Tala. Tala had a lot of speed, but he's not able to pull away. Clements just seems like he's just kind of reined in Tala, understands that he doesn't have to push that hard. If he just stays in his mirror, maybe Tala makes a mistake. Maybe Tala just ends up clutching and makes sure that he can get this position underway.
2 laps to go. Just shy of 5 miles left. Race leader Steven Gibson cutting through traffic. Jolene Sims closer to 3.5 seconds back. She's gonna need some miracle from the 21 to win this race.
Yeah, that battle for For fourth, still going strong. Meanwhile, it's the only real action happening on this racetrack right now is the top three, all in a world of their own. Tal Aziz has actually managed to get himself a pretty sizable gap here out of the S's as they now work their way through the bus stop. This might be the space that he needs as they come through for a lap and a half to go.
I mean, this right here reminds me of Ambrose versus Kozlowski. Like, both of these drivers are pushing the limits. They are going wide. They are taking advantage of each other's mistakes. This right here, although it's not for a win, is a very entertaining battle, and in my opinion, the highlight of the race right now, as they're both going to round out this lap. Does Josh look to the inside? No, he ends up playing a passive move, hoping that Toller makes the same mistake he made a few laps ago.
The white flag is displayed. About to complete our scheduled distance here. Steven Gibson continuing to track forward, gaining time on Jolene. It's just a matter of making it to the finish line.
As Gibson comes into the carousel for the final time, he's dominated this race from start to finish. Only thing keeping it from a perfect hat trick is that fuel mileage game by Alan and Lyle. But right now, last time on the back straightaway now for Clements and Aziz as they make their way to the bus stop chicane one fall time. Does Joshua Clements have anything? Not quite yet. I think he's trying to size up a move here into turn 6 and 7.
Toller just managing this, but I feel like he's gonna maybe get bit on the exit here. Let's see. Oh, Josh is closing as we're entering the second to last corner. Victor will call you to the end.
Gibson crosses the line to get his win in New York. One more time. One more chance for Clemens. He's gonna try to peek his nose underneath. He gets into the rear, but will that be enough? Tyler Aziz to force. Landon Lau was able to make it on this
Trouble in the
one-stop call.
carousel. Dunleprod
It's
into the outside wall, gets it back going. And his day just continues to get worse. Skylar Den slides around. Big wobble from him. As the battle for fourth comes to an end, it could have been a 3-car fight if Leprod was in it as well, but his race just continues to get worse. I think he's got a flat.
He's only got 2 miles left. Or 2 corners, rather.
This is going to be a 9th place finish, though. This is not what he needed for the championship.
Just losing positions left and right. This has just been an abysmal final 5 laps for this number 3 team. Currently scored 9, so we'll see if he comes across the line and looks to be 9th place. Not the result he was hoping for.
Yeah, just an abysmal final stint there for Dunleprod. What could have been an easy top 3 day just turns upside down just like that. He was complaining about shifter problems for the good final stint there. I think that might have compounded with the aggression from Joshua Clements ending his day not the way that he wanted to. He'll have to settle for a P9.
And with the conclusion of the race, here are going to be our final 4 in the Bracket Championship. Right now, we have Steven Gibson versus Dragons in the first portion of the bracket, while the second portion of the bracket will be Tawa Aziz versus Daniel Rodriguez, as this bracket will continue at USA International next week.
Yeah,
Well, go ahead.
It was a very clean race overall. No cautions that came out, but a definitely aggressive one at the same time. Got amongst most of the top 5 really. Everyone had a little piece of something to give, and for Dunleprod, he got the worst of it. Steven Gibson was able to escape majority of the chaos today. He still got a little bit of it there, with the 3 and 06 chomping out his heels. Big surprise, though, for Talos. He is what looked like after a horrible first stint, bad execution on pit road, he recovered to a decent 4th place as well. Definitely, I would give this race a wildcard status, even though we had Talladega just 1 week ago.
Well, we've had a bit of everything here today. We got fair, clean racing. We didn't see a caution flag being thrown all race, but that doesn't mean the chase drivers here are safe. We saw numerous mistakes even for the regular season drivers, but the driver hit hardest than the Pratt. The drivers who benefited most, Joshua Clements, may perhaps, but the big winner out of this, Steven Gibson.
Yeah, I mean, let's not forget, like right now, Joshua Clemens, he is pulled away because not only did Daniel Rodriguez retire from the race, but Dunn Rapide finished ninth. That gap is going to be 20 plus points now.
Yeah, his next biggest threat in terms of the chase standings, Jolene Sims, who came home fourth. Entering this race, she was fourth in the chase standings, minus 36 back. This second place finish for her, that might help her jump both the 3 and 65 potentially.
Well, doesn't seem like we have interviews for today, but I could always wait a few more minutes. But whilst we wait for them, might as well look over the rest of the week. Tomorrow, BPNR D2 heads to Topeka, Kansas for Heartland Motorsports Park, their final workhorse of the season. They'll be covered tomorrow. Thursday, CCRS heads to Bridgehampton, the defunct road course in the beach side of New York, 825. Friday, we got Budweiser at Talladega. They'll use their custom EXE Friday night at 9 p.m. streamed here, while S6 continues their chase run. They head to Hampton, Georgia, Atlanta Motor Speedway, the old configuration, close to midnight.
Yeah, I'd just like to say a big thank you, Victor, for allowing me and Duel to come here and to be present with you during this podcast.
Yeah, this one was a lot of fun. Clean racing for the most part, but still just enough chaos to keep things interesting. Unlike Detroit Belle Isle that I had to broadcast. That was the Nothing Ever Happens Grand Prix.
Been mistaken. That is supposed to be USA to be the penultimate race for BPNR. So, got a couple of short tracks to wrap up this edition of BPNR. Much like Galen alluded to, I thank both of you for joining me today, and hopefully we can do this soon.
Yup.
Alright, as for me, that shall wrap up the broadcast. No interviews for today, sadly. And, right, just, there's a good amount of voices where I feel like there could have been a good interview, but at the heat of the moment, I get it. You don't want to talk to anyone. You just want to get off for the night, reevaluate your life decisions and all that. So, that'll conclude the broadcast. I will stream again tomorrow, BPNR. So,